Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence.
Hello, Homestead. I'm Sam Kanchon.
And I'm Jack Adams.
And on today's edition of HHS In-Depth, Sahar Moshref sits down with Assistant Principal Mr. Lake to get the lowdown on one of Homestead's best-kept secrets, the underground tunnel beneath the school. Mr. Lake and his GoPro recently visited this area, and he is here to tell us what he saw.
HHS In-Depth reporter Becca Malott brings us a story about the art club, where you'll learn what all takes place there and how you can still join them this year.
And Chris DeRochi brings us a new tech talk that shows us a few techniques on how to make our laptops function more properly.
All of that and more on HHS In-Depth for Friday, November 13th. We begin today's show with a look at the infamous underground tunnels at Homestead. Spartana staff member Ethan Zweig recently called on Mr. Lake to help debunk the rumors of what actually exists under the floors at our school. And Mr. Lake was kind enough to share his video footage with us here at HHS In-Depth. Reporter Sahar Moshref sat down with Mr. Lake to tell us all about what he saw in his trip through the tunnel.
You may have noticed a sign on the walls a few places in school proclaiming access to a tunnel. But have you ever questioned what in fact the tunnel is? Rumors have circled the halls of Homestead for years whether there are actual tunnels underneath their school and how far they go. Recently, Assistant Principal Mr. Lake took the journey to discover what these tunnels actually are and debunk the rumors for good.
Well, there's been all kinds of rumors about the tunnel. You know, the one rumor was you could go from Homestead to Summit through the tunnel. You can't walk in this tunnel. It's probably a little over 3 feet tall. That's as tall as it is. You can crouch in there and kind of that way, but you can't stand in there by any means. There was rumors that the school is haunted, and at night people have heard voices, and they assume that possibly it could be this tunnel. So it's the big mystery here at Homestead.
What a lot of Homestead students don't know is how old parts of our school actually are, with many renovations over the years being made to offset the major population growth of the southwest Allen County area.
The original building was an elementary school when it first was built, the first couple of years, with the intention that it was going to become a high school. So when they first built it, it was very small. They had a lot of the heating and the plumbing running through there, and so they were originally built for that. So all the cold water and the hot water and all those runs are down there in the tunnel, as you call it.
It is unknown how many classrooms actually sit above these tunnels, but there are 2 areas within the school with access to them.
There's an old bathroom in the math wing that it says there's tunnel access, and then in the special needs hallway there's a tunnel access there, and I thought I could crawl from or go from one to the other. But when they did the remodeling, they closed off and they blocked off some of those areas, so really it's not even functioning much anymore.
Mr. Lake explains an easy way to determine if where you are standing or sitting is directly above a tunnel.
All you have to do is look at the floor, the color of the terrazzo floor, and you can see that old, it's a more tan colored, dark colored floor. That's the original hallway that was built back in the 60s, the late 60s. And the tunnel runs underneath some of that hallway.
As for places to take cover during emergencies, the idea of a tunnel system came up, but Mr. Lake doesn't feel these tunnels would be accommodating for a mass number of people.
I don't think anybody would want to go down in that tunnel. I mean, it was really nasty down there. If you were the only person in the building and a tornado was coming and you knew how to get, and you had a key to get to it, obviously it'd be a safe place if there was a tornado or something like that to crawl down in there. But beyond that, I don't think it's safe to be down there at all.
To get a better understanding of what these tunnels were, I asked Mr. Lake if there were some scary things inside the tunnel that he came across.
You know what, there's some crazy things. There's one of the construction guys painted something on the wall down there. Who knows what things are down there. I obviously didn't cover the whole area either. Most of it's blocked off. I could shine lights down and I could see where it was blocked off. You could tell which hallways or which tunnels were open because you could kind of feel air moving through them. And there were some that I'd shine the light down and it was super dark and it was just kind of musty down there. So I figured they were dead ends, so I didn't go down those. Whatever's down there was left back in the last remodel, and there's nothing down there.
So even though Mr. Lake may have debunked some of the haunted rumors of these tunnels and what they contain, there was one thing that he came across that even scared him.
I just had the heebie-jeebies scared out of me. Big time. I've been crawling back in here. I don't know how deep I am right now, but let me show you what I ran into. Somebody's practical joke. I didn't think it was very funny. It scared me to death. Here we go, I'll show you. Somebody put this doll back here. Kind of spooky. Scary for sure.
One question to ask yourself, if given the opportunity, would you be willing to crawl through the iconic underground tunnels of Homestead High School? Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Sarah Moshref.
If you are interested in seeing more about Mr. Lake's findings in the tunnel, check out the next Spartana or head over to hhsspartana.com.
Attention students, the decision has been made to keep next Wednesday's e-learning flex day schedule as normal. Your teachers have or will be talking to you about plans regarding lessons and expectations of that day. Remember, your flex day schoolwork counts as your attendance on a flex day. Failure to do your flex day work will count against your parent excused days for the year.
Attention seniors, the Guidance Department Scholarship webpage on the Homestead website is constantly being updated. Check it out by going to Homestead's main website, clicking on the guidance page, then clicking on the scholarships page. There is lots of vital information there for you to browse through.
And now here's a story on the Art Club, an after-school club made up of students with one common interest: art. Learn how students who don't have an art class can still be in the club and how you can join the popular club. Here's HHS In-Depth reporter Becca Malat.
Art Club is a group made up of students who express their creative skill and imagination in a visual form.
Art Club is a student-run organization that's designed for people to be able to have time to come and do art if they don't have time for it in their schedule or if they want extra time outside of their schedule in school.
Art Club has progressed throughout its existence in the way of students' involvement.
Art clubs changed quite a bit over the years in the level of involvement from students. It began very teacher-led. It was almost like I was teaching another class, and now the students are really actively involved and help contribute to the ideas, plan the lessons, come up with projects and examples. So that's one of the significant ways that it has changed. And also, just really listening to the feedback that we've gotten from other club members and the types of projects that they would like more experience in or different art medias that they would like to learn more about. We've also had a further emphasis on college and career readiness in terms of how do you beat the cliche of being a starving artist.
Through art clubs, students gain intelligence of new techniques and ways to involve art throughout their lives.
People can learn more kind of about what art is, different concepts of it. If you want to take it further, you can learn. We had a speaker from St. Francis at the club, and he was just talking about all kinds of different careers and how your art progresses, and so I think you can benefit just knowing more about what it is and what part it plays in your life.
At the standard art club meeting, students test their new techniques and step out of their comfort zone.
What happens at an art club meeting is us as the representatives will come and we'll bring just different projects that we think are interesting. Maybe we've seen them online, maybe we've seen them we've just seen other people doing them, and we just say, okay, this sounds like something fun we can do, and we bring it to Miss Jones, and we'll just say, oh, this is an idea we'd like to explore, and then one of the meetings of art club, everybody will come, we'll give them the prompt, I guess, but then we kind of leave it open-ended and let them do what they want with it.
Art Club contrasts from other clubs due to the students' exploration in their own talents and originality.
Art Club is different from other clubs because it's just a way that students can express themselves, and it's really laid back, and it doesn't matter how good you are at art, it just gives you a way to be creative.
One thing I want people to know is that you don't have to be a good artist to be an art club. All that it takes is an open heart and a desire to learn, a desire to share, and be a part of a great group.
Art Club meets every other Tuesday in room 108. The last meeting of this year will be held December 15th. I'm Becca Malott reporting for HHS In Depth.
If you are interested in learning more about the history of modern music, want to talk about your favorite bands or discover music you've never heard before, head on out to Audio Aficionados every Monday at 2:45 in room 600B. Next Monday, they will be listening to the Bruce Springsteen's acclaimed 1982 album, Nebraska.
Jocelyn's representatives will be here on Tuesday, November 17th to take senior orders for cap, gowns, and tassel units and graduation products during lunches in the cafeteria annex. A $75 deposit is required. Also, for any students interested, they will be taking class ring orders, and all you need is a $50 deposit for that. You can check out all of Jocelyn's products and design your own ring at jocelyns.com.
Anime Club's next theme is video games. They will be playing Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart that day. Don't miss out on this thrilling experience to go head-to-head with your fellow classmates. Please take your 3DS if you have one. The meeting is Monday, November 16th in room 725, Mr. Cogdale's room.
The Rube Goldberg Club will be having an exciting meeting next Tuesday, where they will plan out the machine they will be building this year. Go out to Mr. Linfesty's room, room 207, after school with 3 steps on note cards, and be ready to get creative. If you have any questions, email mlinfesty@sax.k12.in.us.
And now it's time for another edition of Tech Talk with Krista Roshi. In today's edition, students learn a few techniques that can help your laptop function better.
Hello Homestead, welcome to our new game show, Will It Tech. Today we're going to figure out whose computer starts first. Now on to the contestants. Alright, here's our first contestant, Shane Kerr. Shane, how'd you get into this position? Well, you know, that's just how we do it here. On to the next contestant. And here's our second contestant, Sam Kenshawn. Sam, where are you from? Well, you know, that's just how we do it here. On to the show. Alright, start on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
Come on, you can do it!
Are you? Well, that's all the time we have this week on Will It Tech. Next time, we'll actually figure out if maybe someone's computer started. So, back to your regular scheduled program. Hello, Homestead. My name is Krista Roshi, and for today's Tech Talk, I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks to use on these computers. A feature you guys may not be aware of is the ability to rewatch YouTube videos and rewatch Tech Talks if you miss anything during the main show, and teachers can allow videos to be watched for the students also. Another feature you guys may not be aware of is there actually is a possible way to get on Google at home without any issues. You can type in bing.com and it'll redirect you to Google's main site, and then from there you can actually sign in and then start using Google from home, and it should work. And shockingly, the school has actually started saying to leave your computer on during the school day instead of periodically restarting it. So if you want to, you can just leave it on during class if you're not using it, plug it in so it doesn't die, and then it'll start receiving some of the updates. The last thing I'd like to mention is actually shutting down your computer at the end of the school day, and then even when you use it at home, shut it all the way down after you're done working also. Well, Homestead, that's it for this week. If you have any ideas, you can email me directly at christopher.deroshi@students.sax.k12.in.us. I will see you guys at some point. Goodbye.
Well, that wraps up this edition of HHS In Depth. I'm Sam Kenshawn.
And I'm Jack Adams. Thank you for watching today.
And now here are this week's pictures of the week. Congratulations to this week's winner, Riley Kroll and Supreet Palaba. To submit your photos for the pictures of the week, just email a high-resolution photo with your name and grade level to hhsindepth@gmail.com.
Today we leave you with a song exclusive to Homestead's radio station, The Point 91 FM.
Good luck to our girls basketball team who starts their season tomorrow. The girls were ranked as the preseason #1 team in the state of Indiana.
Have a great weekend, and we will see you next.